Oh, I'm supposed to go now. I love it. Hey, welcome into another episode of the WTH podcast. Hi, my name is Nate. With me is Kareem and Jason. How you guys doing?
Yo,
All
what
right.
up?
Oh, it has been a hot minute since we've done a show, eh?
Hey, for real.
Is it okay to say "a" at this point, considering our newly founded trade war with Canada for no
I
apparent
hope
reason?
so.
Sweet Jesus, just
Not
so
me.
stupid, so dumb, so crazily dumb. But that's where we are, crazy dumb.
That's where we are.
Jason, how have you been? How have you been?
Just settling into the new house, and all that comes with it. Being a landlord and doing that's new. So, uh, it's been great so far, though. So,
Are you a good
really
landlord?
digging
Are you a hard ass landlord? What kind of landlord
hard-ass
are you?
landlord. Fucking you better get your shit in fucking line now.
Well, that's
Like
good.
that, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
Oh yeah,
everybody
no,
likes.
they have a quick terminate lease thing that most of them didn't even see the line in there about it, but says I can kick them out whenever I want and keep all their money.
So standard lease is what
Standard,
it
yeah,
is.
standard. I mean, what?
Like,
Listen, I went to I don't. You guys didn't know this, but I went to Trump University, so I definitely got my contract writing skills from him.
oh, okay. I'm just setting my microphone here. I should have done this before we started, but there you go.
Well, God damn it, Nate.
There we go. All right. And now that's so much better. Right?
I can't even tell the difference.
There we go. The only difference was if I get off the mic a little bit, I faded away to nothing, which is not good for the show because you need me. Otherwise, there's just you and Sweet Dick Willie there, just wondering what's happening.
How it is. Sweet
I
Dick
sure
Willie.
do. I sure do. Kareem, how have you been? I know it's been a rough bit of time for you.
I am stressed out to the max. I'm probably. I think Barbara was trying to make me stroke out yesterday.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So mom died last Tuesday. Got a big deal going on at work. She still has health issues. My brother's
Barbara.
not. Barbara.
Barbara still has health issues.
His passport like he was supposed to. Trying to plan a funeral around that.
Right.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? I'm sorry, Kareem. You're in the middle of a very heartfelt story about how your life is incredibly stressful, and I have this random sound, which I assume is a cat.
Yeah.
At Jason's
Yeah,
house.
it's an almost 20-year-old cat who just in the last couple of days has decided that she's going to start gracing us with her presence.
Ah, okay.
And she's loud. So sorry about that. But so she
Yeah,
came over to and looked directly at me
that.
and just started meowed.
Yeah, I was just like, all of a sudden, what's going on? All right. So to recap, Kareem, your mom passed away. Your brother has not gotten his passport yet, despite the fact that he should have done that weeks and weeks ago. And your significant other is trying to cause you to stroke out, and she's dealing with her own health issues. That about it?
Yeah, that's about it.
I was listening. And that's right, work, of course.
Yes. Yeah.
We all know how crazy your work situation is.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's no good.
Yeah.
And now
all the better, a little bit worse.
Now all the rumors of Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers, that has to make you feel kind of some sort of way. Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers, who will the Steelers pick up and why?
Will that sway your belief in your team if they get Aaron Rodgers? Are you going to
Yes.
become an Aaron Rodgers fan?
No.
Okay, good. All right.
Look,
That's
the,
what
the
to see where
fact
your
that we're
standards.
at this point where he's contemplating, and today I read that he might not make a decision until after the draft, makes me say you should say fuck him.
He's going to end up on the
And
Vikings. He's going to follow the Brett Favre mold. Well, people
the
like to
T.
say, "Oh, well, Brett Favre this. Well, where's the dick pic?" We didn't find out about Brett Favre's dick pic till after he left the Jets. So hold
Yeah.
on, there may be one yet.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Like,
are.
I mean, one could argue
Aaron
that
Rodgers has.
any picture of Aaron Rodgers is a dick pic. One could
That's
argue.
what I was just going to
His-
say.
his dick.
I would argue that he's a walking dick pic.
like I said,
Mhm.
the fact that he's stretching this out like this, like he got mad at Adam Schefter last week because he was like, "What's the fucking decision? It's an easy decision. Like everybody that wants to play is signing with somebody right now. Like
Right.
sign, motherfucker, sign."
Or don't.
I can't
Or
believe
don't.
people still want to sign him.
That's the other part. That is the mind-bogglingest mind boggle of mind boggles. Because here's what the Steelers are. The Steelers are contemplating between Daniel Jones, who stinks, and started the year with the Giants, and then went to the Vikings to finish the year, where he did not play.
He signed with somebody else.
Oh, did he? I thought he was still an option for the Steelers.
No. So
okay.
the Steelers were first option. They were trying to sign Justin Fields, and they thought they had a deal done. And then the Jets came in, and then he signed with the Jets. So
Sweet
Justin
Lord.
Fields was supposed to be our quarterback.
Is ownership and the front office just trying to fuck with Mike Tomlin to the point where he goes, you know what, it's not worth it anymore? Because what the fuck are they doing to this poor guy?
They're
Like
cheap.
last year, it was they go, you know what? Here's Russell Wilson. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll make this work. And he's made everything work. But every year it's like they're testing him further and further and further. And every time they do, I am getting closer and closer to the idea that Mike Tomlin is, in fact, the greatest football coach to ever walk the planet Earth. I'm getting,
they
getting
keep
that
giving him
close.
shit to work with, and he keeps
Right.
winning.
Right. And it keeps getting worse. And he's just like, yep, all right, we'll do it. Yep.
Yeah.
You never see him go. You never see him Bill Parcellsing out saying shit like, well, if you want me to cook the meals, I got to buy the groceries and shit like that. And by the way, when Bill Parcells started buying the groceries, his team sucked. Because he was
what happened
not.
with the Patriots.
Well, here's the thing with Bill Parcells. He was a good coach. He was not a good front office guy. And it's two separate sets of skills. And very few people can do both really well. So, but Mike Tomlin, I've never heard a even slightly discouraging word from that guy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he just goes home and kicks his dog. I don't know. But good Lord.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Justin Fields was supposed to be the quarterback of the future, and then he decided that he wanted to be a Jet.
He was going to be the quarterback of the future in Chicago too. So
yeah,
I wouldn't cry too many tears over Justin Fields not being my guy.
Yeah. So we ended up signing Mason Rudolph back. And,
oh, there you go. At least you know what you got.
Yeah. So I mean, he can play. We'll get back to the playoffs with him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Mike Tomlin doesn't miss the playoffs. That's a fact. That's just a fact.
Unless he gets Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Unless he gets Aaron Rodgers. Again, he might make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers. He'll just lose in the first round.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And of course, Aaron Rodgers will be out like the first game.
No, right. I just don't even know.
Ah.
I don't care about football right now. Sorry. I just don't. I know the 49ers have either traded or released most of their players. I have no idea who's on the team. I don't care because it's March and I'm still a baseball fan. So I'm still interested in baseball and we've got Major League Baseball here in Sacramento for the next 3 seasons. So there's something to see there. And of course, my team, the eternally hopeful Angels. We'll see. We'll see how they do. My big question is, will my daughter's rookie league T-ball coach pitch Angels do better than the Major League Angels? And the answer is, I guess we'll see.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I they lost 99 games last year and finished in last place. So nowhere to go but up from here. Still the only team to never lose 100 games. The only team in Major League Baseball to never lose 100 games in a season. My Angels. Never, not once. Since 1961.
We have tickets at work. I'll see if I can get the Angels tickets for us.
Oh, I have season tickets, so.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. Well, I only have 2, so I can only bring one of you at a time. But if your tickets are better, then
bullshit.
I will happily take the better tickets and sell my tickets. I'm happy for an upgrade.
Oh yeah.
I will not turn that down. Never, not once. I've injured myself. I have torn the cartilage in my right knee at the aforementioned Angels T-ball coach pitch rookie league practice, as I'm an assistant coach on the team. How did you hurt your knee, you might ask? Well, I was bending over, picking up balls to put them on, and twisting to put them on the tee, and I felt fine that night. The next morning, my knee had swollen up, and I'm like, this really feels a lot like it did when I tore the cartilage in my knee. Fast forward to an MRI later, and I have torn cartilage in my right knee. So, yeah, fun times. Orthopedist on Thursday, so we're 3 days from my orthopedist, or whenever you hear this, it'll be on Thursday. I'll see the orthopedist and see what they want to do to me. Do they want to cut me open? Do they want to send me to physical therapy? Or are they just going to go, nah, you just got to deal with it?
All right,
any of those picking up balls.
What's that?
Yeah.
I said, stay off your knees picking up balls.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's
that's my favorite way to pick up balls.
It's just so fucking irritating though. Because I mean, when I actually really heard it in college, playing baseball in college, it wasn't that dramatically different. I was turning a double play and I turned it, and this other guy slid into my foot and pinned it to the base. And I finished the double play. I felt something weird at the time, and then it just didn't feel right. Puffed up, and yeah, it tore my cartilage in half. And they were able to sew it back together 37 years ago. So I can't really quibble with their workmanship. If you get any sort of work with stitching of any kind, and it lasts 37 years without issue, I think you probably got your money's worth. But yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks. So hopefully it's just a quick, if it's surgery, it's a quick arthroscopic snip and fix it. And now I have a 4-year-old who's in here. Zeke, go to bed. Go to bed. Get out of here and close the door. Good night. God, he's a dick. He's cute as can be.
For you.
He is a dick. He ripped his light off of the wall tonight.
just like, fuck you guys.
Well, he just keeps messing with the cords and shit and just moving it until finally the sheetrock anchor popped out. So, and I was not 10 minutes before showtime going to try and climb into his lower bunk and fix that, because there's no fix to that. I need a bigger screw and a bigger wall anchor, and the desire to want to provide him with light in bed, and I don't have that right now. I just
Especially
don't.
Right now, yeah.
It's like, go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Why won't they stay in bed? What the fuck, dude? Why?
Because they're assholes.
Oh my
little
God.
Fucking dicks. Fucking
He
little
was
turds.
he was on another level this weekend. Like he got sent to bed without dinner.
What?
That's how much of a dick he was. Like
Oh wow.
he would not listen. Anything we asked him to do, he'd be like, no, and just scream. And it's like we were on our way to In-N-Out Burger to get shakes and burgers and fries, and he wouldn't shut the fuck up. So we just came home and he got put to bed. And his sister got a homemade milkshake, but so she didn't get punished for his dickishness. But yeah, he woke up like 3 hours later. He's like, my tummy's not full. It's like, yeah, no kidding.
No kidding,
cave,
Dick.
Did cave and gave him a little something to eat before sending him back to bed last night because school. But yeah, he just turned 4, and God, he is a dick. Full on
man,
dick.
the other night. So Friday nights we've been doing game night, at the new house and stuff, and we got
Thanks for
pizza,
the invite.
and I got a. Well, no, just family.
It was good to see you.
Just like.
Oh, okay. Just you guys and Alex.
You're not family now. Okay.
No, not even Alex doesn't play the games with us.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just, it's Chris, myself, Alma, and CJ, and we played Monopoly the last 2 weeks, and Alma has beat us both weeks. Go figure.
Monopoly, much like life, not fair.
Yeah, not fair. I got some root beer with the pizza this week. And I was like, let them have a little bit of root beer because we don't drink soda. Like they don't drink soda except for very special occasions, birthday type stuff.
Right.
Bowling, things of that nature. Well, oh my God! Like I was like, well, they're never having soda fucking again. Like Alma was just fucking. She was climbing the fucking walls. Like it was fucking nuts.
Like a spider monkey.
I mean, she was like going round and round and round. Yeah, a fucking dick. Like these kids are dicks. It's just they're here to be dicks. Like
yeah, but they're cute, and that's why we don't kill them because
that's
they're
why
cute.
they're cute because they're dicks. It's self-preservation,
right? Absolutely. Hey, have you guys made it to the Macy's in the downtown, the Doco downtown here? They're closing up.
Is it just empty? Yeah. Is it?
We were there because they close at the end of the month, so you've got another week, and it's a pretty much a ghost town there. Like most all the good stuff's been picked through. There were 1,000 white dress shirts, so if you want a white dress shirt, go to town. But our air fryer died, and we're like, because it was an air fryer toaster combo, and the toaster still worked, but the air fryer and everything else stopped working. And we're like, okay, well, we'll go over, see if we can get a deal on something like that. No, there was one thing similar to that there, and I'd looked at it, I'm like, nah, this isn't what I want. And then I see this other couple. It's there. It's this dude, one of Kareem's cousins, and he's looking at it, and his girl walks away from him. Like he's trying to talk to her about it, and she walks away to look at something else, and he's got his hand on it. Like he's interested in this thing. So he's got his hand on it, and he's like, hey. And she's now walked away to the point where he has to take his hand off of it. And part of me, the dickish part of me, wanted to go over and grab it.
Why are you a dick? Like, no wonder your kid's a fucking dick. You're a dick. No wonder your kid
but
is
I
a
wanted
dick.
to. I wanted to walk over. Tell me you wouldn't.
See,
tell me you wouldn't.
That's what makes you a grown up. That's what makes you a grown up, and your kid not. Like, because your kid would have done it. Your kid would have gone over and thrown it on the ground. He would have even
jumped
bought it.
on
He would
it.
have just destroyed it. Yeah, it's like,
just throw it on the ground, jump on the box.
Air fryer. Fuck it. Fuck your air fryer.
Oh, yeah. We ended up getting a new Ninja double basket air fryer. Did away with the toaster oven motif, went with the old school Ninja Foodie XL double baskets air fryer, which you can make toast in. You just gotta think about it.
Nice.
But I was able to figure out how to make toast in it. So and it was on sale at Costco.
We have not used our air fryer since I started using like we have 2 ovens, like and they're both
Kareem, they have
Two-
two
fucking ovens.
convection ovens.
Fucking A, bro.
Like
It's
the
fucking
goddamn Brady. Are you the Brady Bunch now? The fucking Brady Bunch with your 2 ovens?
nuts. Fucking A, man.
Are they olive green and you don't have a toilet?
You know what's funny is our fucking hood is definitely that olive green, and the oven and stove upstairs and the refrigerator are like that matching Kenmore green from fucking 1972. Like,
and they still work
for sure. They fucking still work, man. Yep. They still fucking work.
I haven't used the air fryer in so long because I have 2 convection ovens.
I'm trying to fucking figure out how to even use them, to be honest. Like, it's like, when do you fucking use the convection fucking roast option? Like, when do you fucking, like, I've never seen a recipe that's like, turn your convection roast oven on to like fucking 375.
Isn't it really just an air fryer?
It's really
Isn't it really just a big air fryer? That's what it is.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
And the roasting. Yeah, exactly. I got, but you know, it's dope. It's kind of cool. You know, I'm excited that I haven't had to use my fucking air fryer because I have to get it out and then put it on the counter. Right? It doesn't live on our counter. So every time I want to use it, I have to get it out and put. You know. So
what kind of half-ass monkey fuck setup is that?
Well,
let me put away my air fryer.
It's called a minimalist. It's called a minimalist setup. If my wife could put my coffee machine inside the cupboard and hide it, she would.
You know what it's called? It's called being anal retentive. Is what it
makes sense that they're Crohn's.
Here's what it means. It means Jason's wife won't let him have an appliance on the counter.
She does not.
I will not have it in my house. That's a look. I will not have this in my house.
So you did that at the last house. You're not doing it here.
Well, the last house, it was so small. We didn't really have any counter space. Here,
right?
We have counter space like to put stuff out, but at the same time, also like we also have cupboard space to put stuff in. So might as well put stuff in there.
Oh, he's just bragging his ass off. We have cupboard space to hide our beautiful, expensive appliances.
No, but like, honestly though, like we didn't have, like we had 2 closets at our old house. That's the only storage we had at our old house. We had 2 fucking closets for.
We have so much storage that I can hide the air fryer.
Get the fuck out of here.
The closet and the coffee maker.
You know where you could put the air. You could put the air fryer in your spare convection oven.
Yes, and the bullet, and the
bullet. I don't need a fucking magic bullet. Microwave my ass.
You could have the. Oh, hey, we are live on YouTube. Look at that. All right, it's working. Fantastic.
How about that?
About time I checked it out. Congratulations on the new house, by the way. I'm looking forward to being able to see it. Once we reach a point where none of your kids and none of my kids are sick.
Yeah, if that'll ever happen again.
Right? My
it's just that
Sam.
funny.
Yeah, Sam last week had a what's called a sedation dentist appointment, which is where it's a dentist appointment where they put them to sleep. Which sounds weird and terrible, but I have so many awful memories of the dentist when I was a little kid because you had to go in multiple times, get a needle jammed in your gums, and they had this claw thing that held your jaw open like a torture device from a Saw movie. Those are my memories of about 6 to 7 years old at the dentist to get, some caps and some fillings. She went in, breathed through a mask for 30 seconds, and then went to sleep. And when she woke up, they had pulled 5 teeth, put 2 caps on, and given her 3 fillings.
Nice.
So Yeah. Yep. And the next morning, she hopped up out of bed and she's like, "Good morning," and went to school. Like the next morning, perfectly fine. And we got home at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Oh,
By
Jesus
8:00,
Christ.
by 8:00, she was wanting to eat all of her stuff, and the next morning she's up and off to school and feeling like $1,000,000, showing everybody her big empty mouth. This is where I had teeth, because amongst what they took were the two top ones in front.
Oh,
So
man.
yeah,
No.
they took those. The ones on the
Yeah.
bottom fell out, and the permanent ones are in, but the top ones had not come out yet. But they're out now.
Alma hasn't lost any of her teeth yet either. Like CJ was already like losing teeth left and right by this point.
It's so weird. I hear it. If you don't want to hear about kids losing their teeth, hold on. We'll be done in a minute. I was talking to one of the parents because it's birthday party season. And I was talking to one of the parents about their daughter, who's one of Sam's friends. And she hasn't had top teeth in the front, like, since I remember seeing her back in the fall. And it turns out that she, as soon as her teeth would start to get a little loose, would just monkey with them and monkey with them and monkey with them until they came out, like, quickly. Like, normally, if a kid has a loose tooth, it's anywhere from a week to 2 weeks or more before it comes out. No, she apparently did it in 2 days. Like, from it's just loose to they're out. And I was talking to her mom at the birthday party. She goes, "Yeah, it was like 5 months where nothing was growing in, and we were starting to worry." It's like, yeah, because she pulled them out too soon. But yeah, kids are weird.
Kids are dicks.
Yeah, and if you think other people's kids aren't dicks, it's because you don't get to see them at those times.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the way it is. All kids are dicks.
And some people are kids until they die,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're what we call Republican. No, I'm just... I shouldn't say that. I don't know if we're going to be able to hear this because I'm not sure about the technical issues. Let me see if I can hear this.
Threatening the January 6th committee again. Listen.
Okay, yes, we can. This is a Republican. This is Adam Kinzinger. He was on the January 6th committee, and he is now reacting to Donald Trump talking about all of Joe Biden's pardons don't count because it was done with an auto pen, and he didn't know what he was doing. Anyway, here's Kinzinger.
Just saw that Trump is like threatening the January 6th committee again. Listen, this dude knows that this is like the thing that embarrasses him. He won't admit it embarrasses him because he's trying to like pretend like he didn't do anything. He's obsessed. He's more obsessed with like me and Liz Cheney than his freaking golf score. Hey, Trump, bring it on, dude. You weak, whiny, tiny man who, by the way, I saw a picture of you this weekend. You're hiking up your pants now to really just below your man boobs, and you're sweating so much. Like, looking pretty bad there. But bring it, man. Like, stop with all the big mouth talking stuff. You're a grown man. You don't talk like one, but you're a grown man. Come on, dude. Bring it.
Clearly no fear there. So good for him. I follow him on social media because it's an interesting follow. But policy wise, I could not disagree with Adam Kinzinger more, or Liz Cheney for that matter. But I'm here for the trolling.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's see what else have we got. Oh yeah. So good news in podcast land. The Joe Rogan Experience is no longer the most listened to podcast in the world. It's now the Midas Touch podcast. Joe's not thrilled about this, but the Midas Touch podcast had an official from Canada on to talk about what's going on there. Why is that not? God, this is what I get for trusting. This is what I get for trusting my tablet. I should not trust my tablet. Let's see if it's
I'm in cost.
Did you see Donald Trump's, one of his top advisors, Peter Navarro? He's been going on TV and he's been saying, whoa, 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 Canada, tone down that rhetoric, tone it down. What are you doing? You know, show us a little more respect. When you hear things like that, what do you think?
We saw two really important indicators last week. Was it Mr. Lutnick, the Baghdad Bob of trade negotiations for the United States, who said that Canada wasn't showing that we were grateful? Are you kidding me? You've threatened our nation and you said we're not being grateful. And then he said we're acting like Ukraine. Well, in Canada right now, we're thinking we'll be Ukraine any day if Donald Trump's a two-bit Putin. So that was the first message. And then Peter Navarro came out and said, hey, Canada, settle down. Stop talking about taking the gloves off and hitting us. We think that cooler heads are going to prevail. Great. You don't want us to hit you? Then stop this idiocy. Because if you're freaked out now, Pete, wait till you see when we actually not only drop the gloves, but and people in Canada have said to me, Charlie, you left out the other part. It's the bench clearing brawl moment where we all go over the board. So, Pete, I feel bad that you're feeling a little upset now. I get that you're getting kind of freaked out that Canada's getting angry. We will put our gloves back on, but you tone it down dramatically, or we are going over the boards, we're dropping the gloves, we're going to pull a jersey over your head, and we are going to do the classic Canadian bench clearing brawl, which at the end of the game, there's going to be a lot of people hurt, but we will still be standing.
Yeah, people in Canada are pissed. What's that?
It's so funny. Like,
who's fighting that war?
I'm not fighting that war.
But that's absolutely what I'm saying.
Who? Well, here's the thing.
Who's invading?
Also, is it per capita? Don't they have more gun ownership in Canada than like anywhere else? Like
no,
like per capita. Like I thought, like rifles, right? Like I thought, like rifle owners.
There's plenty of people who have rifles and other things, but I mean, in terms of this is not an armament situation. There are several states.
Kill them.
There are several states, Jason, that rely on Canada for electricity. Your in-laws, for instance, I believe live in an area that they're probably going to see their electric bill go up by about 25%.
Yeah.
Which, if they have New York State Electric and Gas, which I believe they would where they live, it's already stupid high anyway. And now they get to pay more. So these are some of the things they're going to hit states that aren't necessarily the red states. They started, first of all, with things that would really impact the Trump voting red states as their retaliation. Now there's a new prime minister in Canada who has never been a member of parliament there, but he was the head of one of the banks. So he's going to know way more about financial shit than what we got. And his first official state visit has already happened, and he didn't come to the U.S., which traditionally the new Canadian prime minister, their first trip abroad is to come to the U.S. We're neighbors, we're friends, we're allies.
We were friends, we were neighbors, we were allies. We are still neighbors.
Well, and here's the thing, though. Everybody, if you're looking at everything I'm seeing from Canada, is like, look, if you just stop this stupidity, we can go back to being friends. There's just stop.
Yeah.
But if you don't, then we're not going to roll over for it. We're not going to deal with it. I mean, here, the Republicans have told all of their people, don't go do town halls.
Yeah.
Now, one recently did in North Carolina, and he got shouted down multiple times because he's saying shit that he knows isn't true.
Yeah. And the people,
I believe that President Trump has been very pro-Ukraine. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And people are like, boo, what are you talking about? And you know who's really pissed, Kareem? The veterans.
Oh yeah, he's so 30% of the workforce is veterans.
Mm-hmm.
You when you get out, that's one of the perks of being a veteran is that you get points to become a federal worker. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
on all of the government jobs, you get points for that. Uh, the fact that they're doing what they're doing without any, uh, they're just doing shit. It's like they're doing shit to be doing shit without really understanding what's going on. So
Sounds
you
about
got
right.
veterans out marching. They marched this weekend. Uh, I'm looking for one of those in the area so I can join it. Uh,
Yeah. What's really fucked
it
up is that the Republican Party claims that they are the party of the military and the party that backs soldiers and police and whoever else. And that is the biggest bunch of bullshit out there because
that's
they're
They
pretty much
also,
everything that they say.
they back the
yeah,
military the way they back children. They're all about it until you're out. And then fuck
Yeah.
you. Like if you're a fetus, they're all about protecting you. But once you're out of the womb, nope. And if you're in the army, they're all about, oh, look at you, you're in the army, good for you, yay. Once you're out, you. What are you doing?
Yeah. So I'm like, what do
Big
you,
part. Yeah, go on, Kareem. Sorry.
we said the haphazardness of the way that they're doing stuff. He said, who's going to fight in Canada? Who's going to go fight that war? At some point, the people in the military are going to see what you're doing. So part of the reason why I didn't stay in the military is because George Bush the first was the president when I was in the military, and
Right.
I saw how they were taking away the benefits that they said that you could have. And I was like, oh, if these motherfuckers are gonna take this shit back, I'm not staying in here 20 years for this shit to get out and then they fuck me over and
Not
not give me
right. Why would
yeah,
you?
right. But now even, like we have our meetings at work about our 401k and whatnot. And
Ugh.
the one of my graces was I was in the military, so I get free health care uh, from the military. I was supposed to. Now that shit's in jeopardy because I don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers are doing.
Right. It's certainly
Like
not
I
something
lived
that
up
you're
to
going
my
to be
end of the deal. You need to live up to yours.
right. Well, and that's the thing that is the craziest about all of this, and that's why the financial markets are going absolutely batshit crazy, is the uncertainty of everything. Like as a business person, you can't plan, you can't forecast, you can't rely on things. And it's not just business people, it's other countries. They're like, look, we can't
Yeah.
trust the United States anymore. There was a NATO meeting in Paris without us. Without us, we were not invited. The United States was not invited. Not that we would have gone or been any help or anything like that, but that is astonishing. Can you imagine going back 25 years and saying there's going to be a meeting of NATO and the United States won't be invited?
Even the fact that he's causing Ukraine to surrender a war that they were winning, or at least were holding their own in, until he got there and started fucking with shit.
Well, again, there's
That's
potentially reasons
that's not
behind all of that. Yeah.
You're not brokering a deal. You're fucking surrendering. You
Right.
have
It's
fucking
like,
surrendered.
right. Well, if they give up this and they give up this and they give up this, it's like, why should they give up anything? But it's been pointed out before, and we cannot forget how pissed off he was that led to his first impeachment, his phone call to Zelensky, where he said, I need you to announce you're investigating Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. And they said, no, there's nothing to investigate. We're not investigating anything, and we're not going to announce it. And he's still pissed off about that. It led to his first impeachment
I
because
get it,
but
it's a
and
surrender.
so if you take out all of the other accusations, whispers that Donald Trump is really in Vladimir Putin's pocket, just the idea. So you just say, okay, well, none of that's a thing. Let's just say none of that's a thing. Then he is so pissy pants petty about somebody not doing him a favor in that situation that he is willing to end lives, take away their territory, whatever, just because he's in a little pissy pants party.
Yeah.
And that's giving him the benefit of the doubt, by the way. Because the other option is he is essentially Vladimir Putin's puppet. Is he Vladimir Putin's puppet?
Vladimir Putin's puppet.
Which is it?
Yeah.
Is it both? I don't know. If I give him the benefit of the doubt, he is the same level of dick that my 4-year-old was when he went to bed with no dinner.
Or he's Neville Chamberlain.
But why can't both be true?
Well,
They
no,
both
no.
are.
All right. So, Elon Musk. One of the
Oh my
things that's
God.
been talked
Why we-
about with
it's fucking Nazi.
listen, we're not going to talk about the Nazi part of Elon Musk. We're going to talk about the alleged ketamine abuser, Elon Musk. Which brings me to RuPaul's Drag Race UK and the Vivian, who passed away. Cause of death has been revealed. Cardiac arrest caused by the effects of taking ketamine. We lost Matthew Perry to ketamine. I'm just asking ketamine. When are you coming for Elon? What's keeping you from Elon, ketamine? I'm not wishing for it. I'm just asking because I think the world would be better with Matthew Perry and the Vivian than the Elon.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
I believe that the Vivian and the Matthew Perry have given more joy to more people than the Elon. I'm just saying. Not that I'm wishing bad things happen to Elon.
No, you're not. You're not.
I just want Elon, like with anybody else, to get back what they put out into the universe. That they get what they have earned. Now I know that doesn't always happen, but that's my hope for everybody. You put good things out into the universe, I hope great things come back for you. And that's all I'm saying is I hope for Elon that he gets back what he has put out into the universe. I think that's a fair wish. I wish that for everybody, really. I wish that for you, Jason, and your multiple ovens, and you, Kareem, and your service to our country, though ungrateful it may be. I wish both of you get back what you put out into the universe. Jason, you're kind, you're loving, you're gregarious. Kareem, you will help anybody. You help people help themselves. I hope for you guys, you get back what you've put out into the universe. And I hope the same thing for Elon. And if you think that that's somehow threatening Elon, then you are admitting that what he's put out into the universe is a bunch of bullshit.
Because you didn't say that.
I'm only wishing that you get back what you put out. Which
that Tesla stock keeps tumbling.
Oh yeah. It's tumbling like Mitch McConnell down a flight of stairs.
Because he doesn't have any real money.
No, he does not. Like a lot of
And
billionaires.
he's leveraged on that stock.
He is. And one of the things he's leveraged for was the buying of Twitter. Oh, Jesus. Look at the size of that playroom. Jason, if you're watching on video, Jason's now showing his giant play area.
Oh, wow.
It's fucking nuts. This is...
Could play handball there.
And we do.
Call it what you will.
We do.
Call it what you will. Yeah.
But look at now I have this is look at we got right here. A little refrigerator.
Sure. Should we set up the podcast studio there and we just go to your house?
I mean, in the future, yeah. I mean, you guys can get away from everyone.
Oh boy, I don't know that I can. Uh, it was just one of those things. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's just such a fucked up time. It's just such a fucked up time. And when I hear the thing that's most frustrating for me is when I hear people in a weird denial that anything unusual or bad is happening. And there are people out there that are like, no, I know what you're talking about. You know, you're just doing whatever. Leo's out there. So basically, Congress has said, you know what, fuck it. We're not going to do anything to try and keep guardrails on what's going on here. But the courts are. So all of these executive orders, for the most part, are getting taken to court because they are, as they've been ruled by judges, unconstitutional. And the problem is, despite the fact that the press secretary is saying, oh yes, we're complying with all the court orders, they're not really complying with the court orders. For instance, they froze all the US aid spending, and a judge said, you can't do that. You need to reinstate the spending. They haven't reinstated the spending. So what is going to happen? That's really the thing, is what are you going to do? Because normally if a judge issues an order and you violate that order, what happens? They send the county sheriff, the local police, the U.S. Marshals, and they bring you in for contempt of court. But when the person who is not following the orders of the court is the same person that's controlling these law enforcement agencies, who are basically just loyal to that person and aren't going to follow, then what? That's where we are. That's where we are, and that's the scary thing. That's the scary thing, is that's where we are. And the most infuriating thing about it all is the people that are excited about this. Whether good things or bad things happen for them, either way, let's say it's Obama who's president, or Bill Clinton is president, and the same thing is happening. How are these people going to react to that?
Oh,
I mean, they
were shit.
They lost their shit when Obama wore a tan suit and said everyone should have health care. They lost their shit when Bill Clinton said, hey, this is my wife, Hillary, and I'm gonna have her look into getting universal health care for people. Those are the biggest things that Democrats have done to really, really piss off the Republican establishment. We're going to try and make sure everybody in this country has health care.
Sorry, my heater just kicked off.
Yeah, both sides are the same, though. Both sides are the same. Don't hear it. And you know, your point of view is just that because of where you get your news. That's the other thing I hear from people on the right, is like, oh, it's because, you know, if you listen to MSNBC, this is really bad, but you know, if you get your news from somewhere else, you know, it's fine. Like, if you get your news from the place that gives you facts, you think bad things are happening. If you get your news from a place that's nothing but a propaganda arm for the Republican Party, and has been for about the last 28 years, then you don't think anything is wrong. Everything is great. It's just where you get your news. The Wall Street Journal has been calling out the editorial board, which it's owned by Rupert Murdoch. These are not libs. And they're saying these economic policies are crazy and have no basis in reality. What's going on? We are being run by asshole toddlers with no one to put them to bed without their dinner. I need someone, and I know it's not going to be Chuck Schumer. I need someone to step up and send these people to bed without their dinner. And tell them, no, you can't do that. It's not okay. That's not who we are. That's not how things work here. And you think that you have all of this power and what you say goes just because you say it loud. But no, that's not how the world works. We have to get along with other people. Because as much as you might think it's like, this is my place and this is what I'm going to do. No, it's a great big world full of people. And we've got friends that we have to rely on. And things are better when we can rely on them and everybody doesn't fucking hate us. Now go to fucking bed. And limit your screen time.
Real.
For fucking real. Dickhead toddlers. Dickhead toddlers. Watch what happens. Watch how they react. Watch how they answer questions. The press secretary getting all pissy because somebody from the AP said, when are we going to talk about lowering taxes? He ran on lowering taxes, but he's ostensibly going out and raising taxes. She's like, what are you talking about? He's lowering taxes. The tariffs, that's what I'm talking about. She's like, well, those are just taxes. That's raising taxes on other countries. He's like, have you paid a tariff? Because I have. We pay it when it comes in. The consumer pays the tariff. And she gets all pissed. She's like, well, I can't believe that you're questioning my understanding of economics. You have no understanding of economics. None.
Her understanding of economics is how to find an old man to take care of her.
And then she's like, well, that's what I shouldn't have taken a question from the AP. Listen, you fucking toddler.
From the AP.
Too bad. Yeah, the AP is not allowed at certain things at the White House because they refuse to refer to it as the Gulf of America. By the way, once you get 10 miles offshore, nobody can call it the Gulf of America because you can't rename international waters. No matter what you might say, no matter what Google Maps might have done, no matter what Apple Maps might have done, it's still the Gulf of Mexico. And it's only the Gulf of America for 10 miles on a technicality. And no one's going to call it that.
Yeah.
Where did the Kings play basketball before they moved downtown, Kareem? Arco fucking Arena. They played at Arco Arena. They didn't play at the fucking... No one called it the Power Balance Pavilion. No one called it Sleep Train Arena. Nobody fucking did that. So we're not calling it the goddamn Gulf of America. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Anyway.
Fathers didn't hug them enough.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. All right. Jason, do you have anything, any last words before we move on to the end of the show?
I just want to say, I know that this was over a month ago now, but dude, the Kendrick Lamar halftime show was fucking dope and amazing. And I love the fact that every once in a while on my YouTube music station, the Super Bowl like halftime show comes on as a recorded piece and I can jam out to it. Yeah, it was the dopest shit I've seen. Like, aside from Prince performing in the fucking rain and like risking getting electrocuted. Yeah. Anyhow, I would just
All
fucking,
right.
and then just watching people's heads explode the next day, like all the like, just like people just like fucking like, oh, ooh, this, like, okay, Kid Rock's gonna be great next year.
He, Kareem, you got anything for us?
Go back to one of my fallbacks. Love your people, hug your people, telling me that you love them.
It's true. Yeah, Jason's reference to Kid Rock. Let me just point this out. If you missed it, amidst all the other nonsensical ridiculousness that's going on, things that should matter but don't in the grand scheme of things because they're not really life or death. Donald Trump has taken over the Kennedy Center because he doesn't have anything else to do. The president of the United States is so bereft of duties and important things to take care of because essentially, well, Elon Musk is doing all of that stuff. That he decided he was going to take over the Kennedy Center because it was too woke. So I am looking forward to seeing what exactly the Kennedy Center is going to be doing, who is going to be there.
Well, they're losing donors left and right. They have like so many things been getting canceled. Like, yeah, they're fucked.
He didn't like Hamilton anyway.
Yeah.
Like of all the things, and that's just part of being a petty little toddler about stuff. It's like, nope, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Woke.
You can call him a petty little bitch. It's okay.
And I'm going to go toddler. I'm sticking with that comparison because it is so fucking apt that we need someone to send some of these people to bed without their dinner so that they can just have a little bit of consequence and go, oh, wait a minute, maybe I can't do this. Maybe I shouldn't do this. But when you combine Rich Forever and Old White Man, I don't hold out a lot of hope. I really don't.
You shouldn't hold up any, really. No. Like, spend your energy on something else, you know?
Well, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Chuck Schumer. Thanks, Chuck Schumer.
What a little bitch. Like, talk about a little bitch.
Oh, my God.
Chuck Schumer.
Both the senators from New York. So one day, Donald Trump says Chuck Schumer used to be Jewish, but isn't Jewish anymore. Essentially, he's Palestinian now. What? And then the next day, Chuck Schumer decides, you know what? I'm going to vote for the continuing resolution the Republicans are putting forward, even though it's a really terrible thing. I'm going to stand up here and tell you it's terrible, but I'm going to vote for it because I think shutting down the government would be worse. Hey, Chuck Schumer.
Or needed.
Go fuck yourself.
How about let the fucking government get shut down? Then they can't do anything else. They can't fucking...
And while I'm at it,
Uh-oh.
I'm going to fucking tear. Look, I'm going to tear into the Democrats who've lost their fucking minds, and I need to know what the fuck is going on in Gavin Newsom's head. What the fuck is going on in that guy's head? Oh, I'm going to start a podcast. Great. I'm going to talk to people on the other side. Okay. Who are you going to have on? Oh, I'm going to start with Charlie Kirk. What the fuck? What the fuck? Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk. Unfucking believable. It's like, well, my 13-year-old son listens to him. Well, then you need to be to bed with no fucking dinner. What are you doing?
Yeah, why are you letting your 13-year-old kid listen to Charlie Kirk?
Well, it's the same reason that Donald Trump welcomed the Tate brothers back to Florida. By the way, we're all worried about sex traffickers until it's time to release the Epstein files. Oh, yeah. And Barron Trump has a dialogue going with Andrew Tate, so they can come back. That's fine. That's totally fine. We're also not going to freak out over the mega church pastor that's just gotten extradited back to Oklahoma to face sex charges. Not going to worry about that. That's perfectly fine. We're not going to worry about those groomers. We're going to worry about other things. You don't need to worry. Drag queens. That's the problem. Drag queens are the problem. Transgendered kids can't play sports because we suddenly care about girls' sports. That's the most important thing in our lives. We can't do that. Meanwhile, fucking Gavin Newsom's talking to Charlie Kirk and going, you know what? There are some concerns, reasonable concerns about transgendered athletes. Fuck you. There really isn't. There really isn't.
Gavin had the support. Gavin could have been the next president. Gavin can no longer be the next president if we have another president.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
He started with Charlie Kirk, and he's going to, I forget who number 2 was because I don't give a shit.
Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon's the next one.
Yeah.
Steve fucking Bannon.
So black people are now out. Black people are now out on Gavin Newsom.
I'm out on Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
I was never the biggest Gavin Newsom fan. And
I've always had a foot out the door.
Listen, I go back to when he was the mayor of San Francisco.
I've seen what his ex-wife
running for
looks
lieutenant.
Like, all right, I've seen the type of people his ex-wife hangs out with. I've seen the type of people.
Charlie Kirk. He reached out to Kimberly fucking Guilfoyle to get in touch with Charlie Kirk for his fucking podcast.
Yeah. That's what I'm fucking saying. Like, you know, you can tell people who they are by the people they hang out with. And like, those are the circles. Those people are all in the circles.
I'll tell you the moment where I was like, you know what? I don't trust this motherfucker. He was running for lieutenant governor and he was running this ad, and it's him in a pair of fucking khakis in a dress shirt with a couple buttons unbuttoned on the beach, barefoot. Like, I don't need a barefoot lieutenant governor. I really fucking don't. But I'm like, you know what? Let's go with the flow. Let's see how everything does. And he rolled in there, sat down under Jerry Brown, thought he learned some things. No, he's termed out as governor of California. And apparently he's decided that, first of all, let's not lose sight of the fact that Gavin Newsom never has to worry about money, ever. So it doesn't fucking matter. It does not fucking matter. He has generational wealth. He comes from money. So he does not have to worry about that. And I go back, I'm like, why podcast? What do you want to do? What is your goal? What is happening here? And I go back to, I think it was early 2016, and he went on Adam Carolla's podcast. And Adam Carolla ran circles around him with bullshit arguments that he wasn't ready for. He was not ready for arguments. The type of arguments that Carolla brought at him. Like, well, if this is a problem for the black community, why isn't it a problem for other minority communities? Why are Asians doing so well? Why is this happening? Why is this? And he just hemmed and hawed his way through that whole thing. And I was like, dude.
Well, and he tried to sell himself as like, I mean, he tried to sell himself for a long time as a man of the people, you know, kind of too. Like, he was raised by a single mom, and you know,
sure,
it was tough. You know, he knows what it was like to be, you know, raised by a single mom whose ex was a corporate lawyer for Rockefeller.
He's done the Standard Oil Democrat thing where the Democratic Party doesn't want to admit that they depend on black people to win. They don't want to. They don't want to admit that, so they keep looking for ways to get out of that. That's why they keep saying that the Latino population is 16% to try to make it seem like they're more of them than black people. But they're not your core constituency, which we found out because Latino males aren't going to vote for a black woman. And I told y'all this in 2016 that a lot of them want to be white. So they're not they're not the people that show up for you. Black people are the people that show up for you. Those are the people that you need to win. And they will court everybody but us because they don't want to make that admission that it's the white people never want to admit that they need us until they really need us.
Let me tell you something, Kareem. I, on behalf of all the white people, would like to apologize for being so fucking short-sighted, ignorant, arrogant, stupid, and disloyal to the African American community. Because it's been bullshit. It's been ridiculous, and it's been going on. And I see who's out there fighting. I see who is out there fighting on the Democratic side. Who is out there fighting every fucking day? There's 150-year-old Bernie Sanders. There's AOC. There's Jasmine Crockett. There's oh God, Maxwell Frost. And there are some others. There are others. But who am I seeing on the regular, on social media, out doing the work, out talking day after day after day after day? It's that group of people. And yeah, I see Elizabeth Warren here and there, and I see Adam Schiff doing it a little bit here and there, and I see Swalwell who does it as well. So it's not like there aren't, your standard white politicians doing it, but the people that are doing it every single day that I see on my social media feed, because they're doing it every day, they're doing the work. They're doing the work. And the level of racism in this country is stunning to the average white person. I need to qualify that. I know it's not stunning to you, Kareem, in any way, shape, or form. But you can go through your life as a white person and just write stuff off as oh, that's just a coincidence. Oh, that's not really anything. Oh, you're reading too much into that. Until you see it happens over and over again. It's a pattern. It's a pattern of behavior that just continually happens. That anytime now it's the talk of DEI. Oh, you're a DEI hire. Someone referred to Bill Burr's wife as a DEI hire. What are you fucking talking about? Because he's married to a black woman. What? His wife. His only wife. Like, it's not like Bill Burr has 16 wives. One. And she's somehow a DEI hire? What? Do you think he gets a tax break because his wife is black?
The whole idea, they're ready to destroy democracy. And Martin Luther King said it, and I can't remember the quote right now, that they would rather cling to their white supremacy. All of this shit is that's going on right now is because of racism. We are going to throw away our democracy for racism.
We have
China is building schools. It is every other major country is investing money in schools, in their people, trying to get their people ahead. All of their people.
And we are going to do away with the Department of Education.
We're going to do away with the Department of Education. We're taking away money from funding for research and development, for research at colleges, which is where all of these billionaires got the technology to become billionaires. They didn't create any of this shit.
The drug companies are fucked. Not right now, but in about 5 years, they are fucked beyond belief. Because you want to talk about all these miracle drugs, the basis of the research that goes into these drugs that these companies are making billions and billions of dollars off of starts with government spending in government labs and at colleges.
Yep.
That's where it starts. That's where the seeds are planted and start to grow, and then it gets handed off, because we're a free market. It gets handed off to these pharmaceutical companies who get to charge whatever the fuck they want for their stuff. And we're just expected to pay it.
Elon hasn't invented anything.
No.
He hasn't coded shit. It's
No.
all stuff that we paid for. The federal government has paid for that research.
He has people play characters in video games so he gets more cred with fucking nerds. Like that's what we're talking about. Like that's the type of person we're talking about. Like he pays people to play characters in video games so then he can play the video game to seem cool, but then die right away because he's not that good at the game.
Yeah.
He's a fucking idiot.
Him, Trump, and Zuckerberg. They're like Harvey Weinstein. They had all the money, all the resources, and they're still not cool. Nobody wants to fuck them.
No.
And so they want to fuck the rest of the world because of that. They are rich incels. That's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kareem, hurt people.
They are rich incels.
It's true. All right. Well, I want to end the show on some good advice.
He's just looking at me right now.
And the good advice comes to us
you gotta watch out. Never fight a kangaroo.
There we go.
Because you got to watch out for how big their feet are and how strong their tail is.
Mm-hmm.
And they're marsupials. So they might get you and stuff you in the bag that they wear on their tummy.
Sure.
Never fight a kangaroo.
Yeah. It's the best advice I got.
Yeah, don't do it.
The best advice I got. Don't fight a kangaroo. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of the WTH podcast. Thanks for spending some time with us. I hope you enjoyed the show and our angry frustration at the toddlers running the world, or at least country. Hello, pups. All right. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.